Welcome to Running the Table, the podcast where we run through everything on the table in the world of sports. And we got another college basketball recap. Butler taking on Seton Hall. It hasn't been fun for the Dogs recently, but that don't matter. We're still going to give you some coverage anyway. So let's run it. As we head closer to March and the Big East tournament, each of these games count, especially with half the conference jostling to be on the right side of the bubble. Butler and Seton Hall are two of those teams looking to establish their place. What we got was the Pirates thoroughly outclassing the Dogs, handing Butler their fourth consecutive loss. So, what the heck happened? Butler's awful start punctuated how the game went for the Dogs as Seton Hall jumped out to an early lead and held the lead the rest of the way. Butler did a great job staying competitive and not giving up, but they couldn't seem to break through and get to Seton Hall's lead. The Pirates continued counterpunching with big buckets and kept the Dogs at bay, resulting in a 12-point Butler loss. Butler's recent woes only got worse as this losing streak continues. Some of the top performers from the game: Posh Alexander for the Dogs and Jalen Thomas. Alexander had 11 points on 3 of 6 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3, 6 boards, an assist, and a steal. Jalen Thomas with 12 points. He was Butler's leading scorer on the day, 5 for 7 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3, 7 boards, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. But the real stars all come from Seton Hall. Dre Davis led the team in scoring with 21 on 9 of 13 shooting, 7 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And Kadary Richmond had 20 of his own. He went 8 from 16 from the field, 6 boards, 2 assists, and 2 steals. The honorable mentions both go to Seton Hall with Alamir Dawes with 19 points, 7 for 17 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3, 5 boards, and a trio of steals, getting it done defensively. And Jaden Bediako, the center, also getting it done defensively, 9 points on the offensive end, but 9 boards and 4 blocks. So some key points for Butler. They were just thoroughly outclassed. Seton Hall was the better team in almost every way. It's plain and simple as that. And watching the game, it certainly seemed that way. Seton Hall played the part of a team pushing towards the tournament, and Butler played the part of a team in free fall. Another thing from the game is that Butler just seemed like they were chucking up threes. They shot 33 three-point shots to 20 from inside the arc. But whatever approach they were taking, it clearly didn't work. From inside the arc, they shot 42.8%, which is not good, but they didn't really shoot that great from three either at 36.4%. They didn't shoot well in general, but at times it seemed like they were throwing up shots and just kind of hoping they went in. A streaky shooting team seemed like the switch was set to off and they just couldn't turn it on. And for Butler, they need to escape this funk. They look like a completely different team than a few weeks ago. It's a very stark change from scoring 99 at Creighton and looking like you couldn't miss to now they're just frequent scoring droughts. It happened against Providence. It happened in the Creighton game at home. And now here at Seton Hall, as they went on a scoring drought of about 8 minutes. And with 3 games left in the season, they're really running out of time. But let's look at the bigger picture. Don't get me wrong, it's disappointing to see Butler be firmly in position and then falter down the stretch with this losing streak. But compared to the last few seasons of Butler basketball, this is a big step in the right direction. Will it suck missing the tournament? Absolutely. But the program is set up for future success, and becoming a consistent winning program doesn't happen overnight. So for Seton Hall, some of the key points for them was they really came at it with multiple points from attack. On offense, they had multiple guys that shot often and hit their shots. Davis, Richmond, Dawes with 21, 20, and 19 respectively. Having multiple starters that are on and making their shots when they need to puts a lot of pressure on the defense and was a huge boost for Seton Hall in this one. Speaking of defense, Seton Hall was absolutely dominant. They did a great job forcing steals and blocking shots. Not only that, but they were able to turn those Butler turnovers into Pirate points. 12 steals from the Dogs and 18 points off of turnovers for the Pirates. Dylan Adewusu and Alamir Dawes each had 3 steals apiece, and Jaden Bediako was a real rim protector with 4 blocks. I know I mentioned that earlier, but the combination of Bediako being an enforcer down low and the guards picking the pockets gave Seton Hall that edge, and Butler's offense just couldn't quite figure it out. Seton Hall is a team on the ascent. They are pushing towards the tournament, riding high on a 3-game win streak with wins at home against Xavier, at St. John's, and at home against Butler, and they've won 5 of their last 6, and all of those are quality wins. Now, from a team finished to pick ninth in the Big East by the coaches, this is very, very impressive as this current win streak has boosted the Pirates into the tournament on the 11 seed line. But next up on the schedule for Butler is at home against St. John's on Wednesday. St. John's is another Big East bubble team, and they're the best opponent that Butler has left on the schedule with remaining games at DePaul and against Xavier. St. John's and Xavier are quad 2 games, and at DePaul is a quad 4 game because DePaul is absolutely terrible. So it's looking more and more as time goes on like Butler will need a good Big East showing in order to punch their ticket to March. And for Seton Hall, their next game is on the road at Creighton on Wednesday. They're currently on the right side of the bubble, but winning a road game against Creighton, and then they're going to UConn for the next contest. So getting one of two of those would help bolster their case even more and be absolutely huge for the Pirates. But that's all I got with this Butler and Seton Hall recap. If you want to watch more Butler ball recaps, I got those. Tim is also doing every single Purdue game, as well as running through a few of the Big Ten teams in Boom, Bust, or Believable. We're so close to March, and we can't wait to bring it to you. And if you want us to talk about anything else, let us know. But until next time, I'm out.